Welcome back, everybody. This is your boy Design Designs, where we talk about Transformers, model kits, and everything else that's collectible. All right, so this was my very first Yolopark model kit that I put together, and you know what? I'm going to have to really say I'm really impressed. Most model kits, when you get the box, it's gonna be way smaller than the box, but honestly, he's a lot bigger than I would have imagined him to be out of the box, right? So this is the box, right? Okay, look how big the box is compared to what you get, right? It's not, he's not that much smaller, right? So I can tell you off the bat, I was impressed with that. Also, the detail and everything that came with them. Is he movie accurate? For the most part, yes. But there were some small details that if you was not watching the movie, you wouldn't catch on it. But right, let me put his accessories down over here. Right here, right on his shoulders. For those that have seen the movie, he had a bunch of different trophies on his arm and stuff, right? So they are missing, whoa, autofocus. They're missing a lot of his trophies on his shoulder, right? Because he had a lot of different factions of Autobots, Predacons, Decepticons, and it just looks like he just has Autobots, Predacons, no Decepticons on his arm. So that was the very first thing that I noticed. Besides that, he's actually more silver or grayish or whatever. So that was one of the first things that I noticed right out the box, right? Other than that, there's some other details that were, how can I say, not really all that bad, but as far as putting together, it wasn't even like 30 minutes for me, at least. It wasn't even 30 minutes because everything is pretty much set up. Once you open it up, you know, the feet goes here, you know, the legs go there. They even have them labeled left and right, so you cannot get them confused unless I don't know. Came with his blade. Now the bigger version of him, I think it's called the Action Series. I think this is actually red and his eyes light up, right? Am I going to get that one? I don't know. As I was really impressed with this sculpture. I actually like this gunmetal gray and the different factions of the silver. You know, you got like your little silver and little grays here, more gray, just different color separations of where everything goes. And you can really tell what you know, certain things on the vehicle modes, like, you know, you see the tires here, right? I think the rest of his tires are like on the inside. Can't really see right there. So there's the other tire. You got other pieces that, you know, the front of the truck right there. Yeah, just overall the detail on this model kit figurine, which, you know, whichever one, depending on if you play with it or not, is really good. Articulation wise, you know, that, well, if you spin this around here, you know, it spins, it opens, you know, got that. Leg goes back that far. So as far as the articulation in his leg, not so much. You got this little ankle bit right there that goes back and forth for the tilt. All right, it's got a little toe tilt there. It's got a little Kia. All right, it's also got that little hip notch. Like I said, pretty much every model kit that you're gonna do is gonna have that right there. That's, you know, goes in and out. Believe it or not, I think, ooh, let me put that back. Um, he's actually taller than Primal when you set him all the way down. Let's see. That this is optional. You can always take that off. But because the way I am, I don't like to put all my stuff in the box. I like all my accessories on him. He's there. The fingers are really posable. So they're individually posable. So yeah. Same thing with the thumb, right? You got a swivel on the wrist. Bicep. Yep. Up and down on the shoulder. Butterfly. Shoulder. Neck articulation. And he has the giggity goo. All right. You can take off the mask there. And you get that when you take off the mask. That is not what it's supposed to look like. His his mask, as you can see right there, it connects to the face. They gave you two faces. I don't know what I did with the other face. I'll probably put it back in the box, but yeah. Yeah. So that's how it's really supposed to look when you take off the face mask, right? So you can get a look at that noggin right there. The mouth, I think. Yeah. So the other face mask, the mouth actually goes up and down. I didn't like it because I think it's the battle damage one. I think, not 100% sure, but yeah. I like him with the mask on. That's, I thought that just made him really, really menacing because, most people say he got taken out way too soon. I agree, even if he is fighting Optimus Prime, I think he got taken out way too soon because if he's taking out all these other Decepticons, Predacons, and other factions of Transformers, yeah, I just find it really hard to believe that. As far as his back detail, I never did like these because he's never been to Earth, but yet before he got to Earth, he had these, right? So that was just something that was kind of odd. And down, if you look down here on his feet, right? Now, maybe it's just me, but it looks like those should be like Decepticon symbols or something like that, but I don't know. The Yolopark do not give stickers, which is a good thing. I don't think they really need the stickers, because I mean, just looking at all that detail and stuff like that, I'm not gonna say that I hate model kits with stickers. I just think that sometimes they can go overboard with stickers, right? And you got this accessory here. This is basically this. If you fold it backwards, it's the same thing, but for aesthetics or just because, and these do open. Guess what? Found the mask or the other face. So yeah, there it is. That's the other face, right? Where it's all damaged right there. So yeah, there's the other face. It was in the gun. All right, so that opens up like that. Just plug it in, man. Plug it in. Bam. So you can have it opened up or you can close it. The choice is yours. All right. Actually, I'm just going to keep that on there for right now. Give him that. Bam. Give him that grimace. Son. Now. Like I said, posability is really, really good. Bam. You see, he's been standing on his own. He's probably not going to stand on his own now. All right. So, yeah, there you go. all his might and glory. Bam. Turn around there. Okay. Like I said, take a look at that. So that's why they switch it around, so you can actually get a look at the actual gun barrel instead of the, doing it the way I had it. So yeah. Yeah, I like it. Like it a lot. Alright. But yeah, and something just popped off of them. My copy seemed to be really loose. Well, not super loose, but too loose for my liking. Okay. Am I going to use glue on them? No, because he's going right back on the shelf. And it helps if you actually peg in all his pieces tightly, which I did not, because I just realized that he's now tighter than he was before. Right? So, yeah. So that's that. And let's see if I can get Primal just to give you guys a size comparison. Right? Give you guys that right there. And where is Primal? Primal is here. It's coming. Right. So, let me see if I can move him to the side here. Like I said, he's much taller than Primal, and I actually have Primal's hips extended out to make him even taller. So that just shows you how much smaller he is to Optimus Prime and Scourge, right? So yeah, that's that. Alright, let's go ahead and put him away. We're going to do him for the next review. So overall, Yolopark as a company, as a model kit, I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. Honestly, I could not find anything wrong that I did not like about the packaging, the way it was set up, how easy it was to put together. You didn't even have to read the instructions, honestly. I had more trouble trying to put together the action version of Optimus Prime rather than I did these. These are cheaper because you don't have the LEDs in them. Other than that, that's the only difference between the prices, is that one has LEDs in a stand, one does not. Do they put together this pretty much the same way? Yes. Are they easy to get put together? Yes. So everything is a 5 out of 5, and it's hard for me to give anything a 5 out of 5. So that's my thoughts, my review on Scourge, the yeah, his crew is called the Predacons, right? I believe so. But yeah, Scourge, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy that got dispatched like his name was Darth Maul. All right, so this is your boy Diz and Designs, staying positive and motivated, and I hope you do too. And I'm out.